Hello again. Allison's back with her new vidcast, and I shouldn't talk about myself in the third person. Hi everybody, Allison Waldman here, ready to give you my fourth videocast, which we're going to call My Name is Vinyl 2. Since I talked about vinyl last week, I'm going to talk about vinyl a little bit today. So we'll call it My Name is Vinyl 2, and I'm taking suggestions for the fifth Barbra vidcast. Let me start today by telling you a little bit about, I just posted on Examiner.com my review for the new Allegra Rossi book, Barbra, A Retrospective. And it was difficult to have to write it because I gave it a really bad review. But I couldn't help it because the book is filled with mistakes. Mistakes that were easily correctable. I mean, simple, Google searches, going to the Barbra archives, going to the Barbra site, just simple stuff that should have and could have been corrected. So I can't forgive her for making so many mistakes in the book, and therefore I can't recommend it. And having written a book myself and knowing how much work goes into it and how much just as a Streisand fan, and she claims to be a Streisand fan, you really want to live up to Barbra's sort of high bar of excellence. And unfortunately, Allegra Rossi didn't even touch the bar. She's like low, really bad. And you want to know how bad? I'll tell you how. I kind of suspected it was bad. When I got the review copy of the book, it came with a press release. Take a look at the press release. See the top line, even backwards? Notice how they spelled Barbra. Now come on. And if that's not even the worst, you can't see it, but this little part up here is a quote. Okay, here's the camera. A quote. And the quote also misspells Barbra. I called the publicist to say, your press release spells Barbra's name incorrectly. And you know what? They never called me back. They didn't even answer my email. So why didn't they care? Why don't they care? I don't get it. I don't get it. But anyway, we don't want to dwell on the negative. We want to be very positive and happy. The point of the vidcast is to share Barbra and to have some fun. And so you're welcome back into the Barbra cave, which I wish I could show you some more of it, but this is the Barbra cave. My husband's at work, so somebody asked me if I could bring him on. I think he's a little camera shy, but I'll try to get him for one of these videocasts very soon. So today, let's continue with some vinyl, okay? First of all, here's something interesting. This is a foreign Barbra vinyl, and it's from England. I got it at a place called HMV, £4.69, and I had no idea what it was. And it's not until you read the back that you find out this is My Name is Barbra. Why they felt the need to put Esther Hoffman instead of the great picture by Sheldon Streisand of Barbra at age 5, I don't know, but this is actually just a repackaged version of My Name is Barbra. So that's kind of unusual. Now, more. This, I think, is unusual only because you can't find vinyl anymore. Nobody sells LPs anymore. Take a look at this. This is the first Barbra Streisand album, and it's still sealed. Still sealed. Still sealed. Still in the cellophane. And it's hard. It's not the cheap vinyl. It's the hard vinyl. So I don't know how long I've had this, but cool, huh? Now, for some of the rarities. Barbra, during the 70s, everybody was doing these, extended play, long singles, dancing singles. And one of the most famous, of course, was Barbra's collaboration with Donna Summer, the duet, No More Tears, Enough is Enough. And this is the extended play single with a gorgeous Scuvalo cover, which, as most of you know, they were sitting on stools. They were not naked. They were wearing corsets. And they had to fluff up each of their hair to make them even, because they wanted to make sure they were both, one wasn't higher than the other. But, and Donna got her name first, followed by Barbra, But it is the Barbra typeface. So anyway, you look at it. On the back is Donna's album. And this was a terrific project. I love this. And now, more singles. Here's one. This is from Till I Loved You. This was Barbra's CD single for All I Ask of You. Now, actually, this was called I don't know what they call a 4-track, 12-inch, including On My Way to You, All I Ask of You, Love Story, and Emotion. So it was just another way of sort of repackaging Barbra with a big picture, and kind of cool. Although, you know, the Randy St. Nicholas picture always makes me look it's like scary Barbra. It's like, did we upset you? Are you mad at us? Did we do something to you? I'm sorry. There was also this beautiful Till I Loved You with the big picture sleeve of Barbra and Don. Now my theory is that if they hadn't broken up, this was going to be the album cover. But they did break up. They broke up like a month before the album came out, so que sera, sera. He ended up remarrying Melanie Griffith for a while, and before she married Antonio Banderas, and Don has since, Don is not aged well. But he was looking good then, and Barbra had him at his best, so so good for her. Now, here's another interesting item. This is the special 4-track to We're Not Making Love Anymore. And of course, this is the famous, this is an interesting one. This is for the cover for a collection, Barbra Streisand collection, and more ... And what was interesting is there were 2 covers. One included a little bit of, you could see her bra, and in another one you couldn't. It's like the airbrushed. Now in this particular one, no bra. Gorgeous picture. And this was I think a Gustav Stickley piece of furniture that she bought. I think she spent like $275,000 for it. I mean, just an insane amount of money. But she did get it back because she did sell it. Anyway, that's cute. Okay, now, here's something that you don't see every day. In fact, you guys may not, there are some people who watch this may not even know that this existed. Before there were DVDs, there were laser discs. And laser discs were like large LPs, but they were pretty much like a DVD. You'd pop it in and you'd watch the movie, and it had sections and menu, whatever. There was a terrific laser disc made for The Prince of Tides. This was from Criterion, and it included a very, very elaborate menu of all kinds of costume tests, casting sessions, all kinds of great stuff, commentary by Barbra. And before it was completed, or before it was released, Barbra didn't like something. There's something happened to the movie. It wasn't color corrected properly. She wanted them to redo it. Well, it turned out they had already gone and pressed, 100,000 copies or whatever. And Criterion, which is the company that put it out, refused to strike it. And they insisted on releasing it as is. And Barbra did not approve. And this thing went back and forth, and finally, I don't remember how, but finally they did release some of the copies. And I got one. And I even had to buy the Laserdisc player in order to play it. But if somebody, this stuff is great. There's like so much information, and her commentary is so good in this that this thing really needs to be transferred to DVD. I mean, seriously, somebody at Sony, pay attention. Criterion, put this out now as a DVD. It'll sell. Okay. Now, finally, I'm trying not to talk too long, because last time I went almost 15 minutes, and that was like, extraneous. So I just want to share a couple more little items with you. I was visiting with my friend John McCachran last night, and Simon, and John is a big-time Barbra collector. He loves video, he loves Barbra, and he goes way back. And as we were going through various stuff, because he wants to sell some items on eBay, I'm going to help him, he comes up with this, and he says, "Have you ever seen this?" I said, "What is it?" It is the registration from Barbra's truck, from the truck that Barbra used in A Star Is Born. Remember when she's driving the car and she jumps into the back and she says, "Look what I found," and she has a big pillow and some stuff that she found? Well, that truck, that Dodge truck, was really her truck. And somebody, a fan, the late fan named Jim Cambrell, saw the truck on the street in Hollywood and actually went in and opened the glove compartment and stole the registration. I know, shocking, right? But we can't hold it against the guy. He's dead. But this is a copy of the registration. And I was like, are you kidding me? But it's true. It says right here, Barbra Streisand, Carolwood Drive, Los Angeles. This was her truck. Now, interesting, it wasn't John's truck. It was Barbra's truck. And it was registered for Carolwood, 301 North Carolwood. What the heck was she doing with a truck when she was in Carolwood? But maybe that was her mailing address. She was still living up in Malibu, whatever. But there were some crazy fans back there. They used to go through the garbage. They used to, do some very sketchy things. And anyway, so I think this little bit of, what do they call it, ephemera is quite unusual. And we'll see if anybody wants to purchase it on eBay. So, well, that's it for this week. It's 11:35, and I've yapped too much. I hope you all have a great week, and go and read my review of Barbra Retrospective. And bear in mind, I had to be hard on her, but it's only because we Streisand fans deserve something good. We deserve good stuff. We deserve accurate information, and this isn't accurate. It's pretty, but not accurate. It would be like picking up a really good-looking guy at a bar and then finding out that he's dumb as dirt. And you couldn't talk to him. You couldn't spend time with him because he was just too stupid. And that's what the book is. The book is too stupid. It's like insulting to your intelligence. And you Streisand fans, you know too much. And you're going to see all the mistakes. So, sorry, Allegra Rossi. I don't know you personally. And I'm sorry if you think I was rough on you, but you should have done your homework. Okay, so enough fetching, enough complaining, enough being the school teacher. I will see you all next week with another vidcast, and I'm going to go into my CD singles and see what I can come up with for next week, okay? Hope you all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.